Happy New Year, y'all, and welcome back. It's Thursday. Oh my. Always, I forget to turn it off. Yeah, welcome to Thursday. It means it's time for the Fool's Gold campaign, King's Pyrite. We're going to go around and introduce the players and also thank our producer, Hellhounds, for you'll see them around with their wonderful Dino Nuggy. And I really love when she put, yes, there we go. Thank you. To begin, let's start with Luna. I'm going to go that way around this time.
Okay, fine. I'm Luna. You can find me here on Thursdays. I don't really do too much else with the channel. I am trying to get my own back up and running. Haven't done anything recently, but I will try maybe this weekend if I don't get too bogged down with work or if I get sick, which I feel like I'm trying to. Hopefully not knock up on wood, as they say. But we'll see what happens there. Just keep your eye out. You can also find me on Discord. With that being said, let's go on up to Boulder.
Hello, I am Boulder, also known as Mudkip on the Discord. Trying to also do a few things at the same time, so that's probably why you picked me. Over there, great place. New Year just happened, and we have shows going on throughout the week. We have stuff going on Monday through Saturday, and we may even have a show on Sunday. No, I think we have a show every day. And I'm sure somebody will correct me if we don't. If there's some day we missed.
Right now, there's nothing going on Mondays.
Or
in
Wednesday.
that case, I'm going to throw it over to Bad just because he spoke just now.
You bastard. I mean, thanks, buddy. Hi, folks. Not a Bat Kyle here. Your friendly neighborhood Bat Kyle. You can currently find me here Thursdays, trying to be the brain cell. I am dead tired today, so we're probably all going to die. That aside, you can find me on Mondays when Brave New World is going. I'm probably going to start up again in February, but don't quote me on that. Looking forward to it, though. Outside of that, you can't really perceive me anywhere else because I'm old and social media just drains the life out of me. So on that cheery ass note, let's go over to Bison.
Hi, I'm Bison. I am here currently 3 nights a week. On Tuesdays, you can catch me running our Cyberpunk Red game, Carnage Heights. We were going to be the first show back, but yeah, people couldn't make it, so now we've been ducked. On Saturdays, I play Sid Brimlock on our Necrobatic campaign, Dead to Rights. It's a very character-driven steampunk post-apocalyptic world. And on Thursdays, I am here, which is now, playing Encino, our paladin, and hopefully the guy who survives or helps to survive. And I guess that's everybody.
Yeah, I guess it's back to me.
Back to Sarah.
You can find me here on Tuesday playing Magic, the rocker girl who doesn't know anything that's going on. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna do the happy thing. And on Sunday games, I play Lily O'Connell, the character that doesn't have an accent but does have an accent. And I'm also working over on Tangor Productions. With the Scarred Adventurer, who unfortunately is not here tonight. Doing some really cool things. Wait, what? Yeah. So our VTT is Roll20. Art is the character art that you see with the players is from Hero Forge. Everything else is from the book, The Fool's Gold Campaign from Hit Point Press, by Dingo Doodles and Felix Einig. Everything comes with the settings, the maps, the entire technically module that I'm running, because it's technically a module, but it is not going to survive much longer, if I'm honest.
It's getting the dirty 20 treatment, which means we kind of look at it, see the story beats, and just make everything else up on the fly.
Basically. Mm-hmm. So, to get us back in to this very scary world, last time, since I'm going to do a recap, even though I never do, because it's been like, what, 2 weeks? Longer? Last time, you guys had just gone into the Rascum. You had met Tex, who told you we want to stop the Baron because he's doing some shady stuff. I caught myself
Yes, you
Shady
did.
stuff.
doing some very shady stuff. And the party has found out that people are going missing. Things are not looking the best in this town. People are obviously very scared of what is happening because no one quite knows what is happening. And as of last time, you all were standing in the execution square. The executioner picking up his axe and basically practicing. And the shadow of the Baron looms over you.
Kill that guy.
I mean, I want to know where he gets his axe sharpened, but that's me personally.
It's a new place they just opened. It's called the Sharper Image.
Do you have directions?
I do actually. You gotta go to the mall. You're gonna go one city block over.
So last time, I think we are still on the other map. Yeah.
Yeah, we were on the city map.
Oh, that's right. I did. Not the GM totally forgetting to actually put on the city map into Roll20.
No, we had. Oh,
5
no,
seconds.
we didn't.
No, we had imaginary maps, which is
I
fine.
sent it to you guys privately because I couldn't quite get them on yet.
That's right. I was-
Theater of the mind.
Oh my gosh.
But yes. So I'm actually gonna make you guys a page. It's working. So yes, you guys are standing technically in the very fanciest part of town. Totally messed that up. And yes, I say fanciest, even though this is where the executioner block is.
So is it the actual Baron?
The
is it like-
statue, yes,
Oh, okay, it's a statue.
of the Baron.
What does he look like?
He's a larger man, very much rotund, if you get what I mean. His wealth is for everyone to see. He does not hide it. And that's how you do it, right? There we go. You guys should be able to see the map now.
Yay. We are.
Because you
Guess
guys
that's-
are...
One?
Yes, I want to say you guys are at 1. Let me...
That looks about right.
I mean, it's oddly circular for an executioner square, but it's fine.
It's a rounded square.
It's the squared circle. You've never watched wrestling?
But yes, I think you guys wanted to go to another shop and to try and see if you can get into the hidden place that you were asked to get into a different way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So
I think
What's
the
your guys'
way we
plan
were
then?
going was the river way first. We were told there was a way to go up where the river comes out from the keep. I think it was, or a water source comes out from the main keep.
yes. It is there is a way to get in via the river. what I'm
I was
trying-
thinking of looking that way, but then that seemed like a pretty standard way to get in any keep that's by water. There's always some sort of grate or something that lets water in, and I would think they would have that actually pretty decently watched or guarded. I mean, is there any way we can just like take a little boat tour or something and wander past where we're looking to try to get in without
Not-
being too obvious?
Unfortunately, no.
But there's no gondoliers or anything? Can't just...
No.
Hmm.
Well,
So by the looks of it, there's not much boat traffic, even though it seems like there's a few docks in the area.
correct. The boat traffic is very much kept to a minimum in the area. Not many people use the river as like an actual... They do, but they don't. It's not how they get around. They normally just walk. That's what I'm trying to say. It is not like Venice. There we go. There's my brain.
Okay. All right. But there's not a lot of river commerce coming through either. No boats that we could...
Not as much.
Or at least if there's any, it's a lot more like concentrated on the south side.
Yes. They're not coming up here, effectively. This is very much the much fancier part of town.
All right, I have an idea. I'm not the hugest fan of it, but I have an idea. I could wild shape myself into something like a seal or something that belongs in the river and go just take a look and see how guarded it is before we try to actually go into or go in that way.
That is a possibility.
Or I could wild shape myself into a bird.
I mean, then you could also see what's going on above.
Does it look like there are a lot of birds up above?
There is a normal amount of birds in the area.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know.
We have a standard deviance of birds.
Yes.
Deviation of birds. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I think, did we get hotel rooms? I thought we got rooms. Did we get rooms?
Not in this town.
No, you have
Not
not
yet.
gotten
Not
rid of
yet.
it.
Okay, well let's go get us some rooms. So I can, set my supplies and such down and then change
Oh.
into a bird, fly out a window and go scope things out. We're gonna need a place to stay anyway, so
Do we want to be closer or further from the keep?
somewhat close. Well, we could go look for the other mask because I think we were looking for like a gold dragon mask, and that was supposed to come from this other store.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you got the gold from Birdie's.
Yeah.
We were looking for something that Birdie's didn't sell.
No, Birdie told you that at the cut deck there were some issues because someone was being way too loud about the stuff going on with the Baron.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That was it. Well, we should probably head that way and pretend like we're actually looking for something before this person gets thrown into a cell and probably hunted and eaten later.
Mm.
So I
That's
guess-
a good question. Is the town safe tonight? Or is it like everybody like locks the doors tonight because they know it gets bad?
They do not have to lock the doors.
Okay.
And also you were asking of another way in. Besides the river, you can also use the sewers.
Oh no. No. No, sewers are bad enough in like more civilized places. Around here, there's no telling what sort of mutated magical hell spawn we're gonna run into.
Not to mention, two of the characters have an enhanced sense of smell.
Yeah. It's probably like an
Yeah.
Encino Boulder direction if we decide to go that way.
Encino's going with Ohio Jack. He's gonna go right through the front fucking door.
I mean, like if we're doing any kind of scouting,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right, for the thing underneath.
just to see if it's viable even as like an exit strategy.
Yep. So we want to go get what information we can first from the other place, then get a hotel room. Then I'm going to actually wait for it to get closer to night, turn into an owl, and scope things out as best I can. Which probably means I'm going to be attacked by something horrible in the air, but that's the risk you take. And if nothing else, if I can get on top of it, I can wild shape into Birtle and just take us both out. But we'll cross that bridge or plummet through it when we get to it. And then that'll be pretty good for day one.
Okay.
Does that sound all right?
Yes.
Any objections?
Also, I did find out that there is a way to get on a boat, but it is in the poorest part of town.
We can try that if we actually need to go in that way. Because I don't think everybody wants to try and swim or whatever. So if we can rent or commandeer a boat or something to make our way there, assuming it's relatively safe, for as safe as anything it is in this terrifying freaking world. But for now, let's do the thing that I just laid out, that I totally remember just laying out.
So step one, we go to the cutting room floor.
Yes.
The cut
Whatever
deck.
that place is called.
deck.
but
Cut
cut
deck.
deck, yeah. See, somebody remembers.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't have an edible before the game?
I can neither confirm nor deny. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I can deny if I'd had an edible, my guy, right now, we'd all be pulling a Lady Godiva through town as a diversion and forget that one of us needed to actually wear clothes and go do a thing. So,
If it's night, we also do need to pick up our the clothing, but I think it's a different day anyway, so we're fine.
yeah.
And we left our masks with that shopkeep, or we have them.
I believe that you left them with Birdie so that she could match
Okay.
them to your outfits.
Yep.
That's going on. I'm lost. Let's just go find this cut deck.
So the cut deck is actually in the Runnel area of town.
Okay.
So that
sounds
is going to
unpleasant.
be like,
Fine.
yes.
Okay.
So
Well, that's not so bad.
this is also by the docks.
Sorry,
So
I got
where
distracted
you
by
can
the
get
ring.
boat.
Curiously, not super busy docks that should probably be pretty busy because docks
They
generally tend to
actually
be.
are busy. It's the DM does not read fast enough to
It's
keep
okay.
up with questions, especially after no sleep for 24 hours.
Thank you.
Okay, what are their major imports and exports, and what kind of tariffs are we looking at here? For
um,
Describe in detail every single dock
they-
worker.
it is boxes and crates, and that's all that you can see. I'm gonna say that
Yo.
you can't see what's actually in the crates. There,
Yeah.
Boxes
all
and
manner
crates
of
in the
things
language
move
you
in and
don't
out.
crates go up, crates go down, crates go on boats, crates go off boats.
Yep.
All of the
Yep.
writings in like Sylvan or something, a language none of us know.
Yep.
Of course, it's Elvish. It's always Elves.
Yes,
Okay.
we're going to the
To the cut deck.
cut deck.
As
The cut cheese.
Ew.
No.
okay.
We were
As
going to
you
go to the
do-
mulligan, but we just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Interesting joke for one that may end up in a sewer later.
As you do, you can hear the voice of a woman screaming at people, just begging them to listen to her. begging anyone to please listen.
Is it in the shop, or is she standing outside of
He's
the?
outside the shop.
Yeah, Luna's gonna walk over and then just stand and look like she's listening.
She runs over to you. Please, please, are you here to buy a mask?
Yes, we are here for masks.
So you're headed to the ball.
I can neither confirm nor deny any ball involvement.
And it's what masks are for, are they not?
Okay. Last year my brother went missing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did he go missing at the ball?
Yes.
That was a quick answer.
He went to the ball, he got invited, and he never came home.
Boss.
What?
Say that again, please.
I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Please, I just need some. I need some help. I have never been invited into there, but I know they did something to him.
Unfortunately, we cannot part with any of our invitations. However, if you have a description of the young man, we can at least keep our eyes peeled.
As she is trying and begging you all, the shop owner comes out with a broom. How many times have I told you to get away from my shop? Now get, and starts hitting her with the broom.
Yeah, no, we're not allowing any broom hitting of the lady. Like, excuse me, we're customers, and this hitting her with the broom would be very upsetting to us. How about we all go into the shop, except Encino? Would you stand outside here and please make sure that this lady does not bother any other potential customers?
Yeah.
Thank you, my big bony friend. And then he's going to attempt to get the shopkeeper to go back in the store and leave Encino to actually gather evidence, because Encino is a tower of calm, surprisingly.
I was present just picking up Rex, but I'll go into the store if you want.
Luna's gonna follow just because she follows familiar.
Yep.
The shop owner puts the broom down. If I lose one more customer from her.
Well, you haven't lost any custom from us, so let's not call it a terrible occurrence. So I am looking for... We're all looking for masks, except for Encino. He already has one.
He points you to effectively a bargain bin of secondhand animal mask.
Huh.
Where do you get them from?
Find them. Doesn't matter.
Where?
Do any of them appear to have tiny blood stains or claw or bite marks on them that are somehow not within keeping of the mask aesthetic?
Slightly chewed.
No, they are.
Nope.
They look great.
Those are some bomb friggin' masks, nat ones.
And they are all one gold each.
Oh, that just knows that Encino might need some time, so he's going to start rooting around.
Trying to find a pebble-sized mask.
Ooh.
Luna's gonna help Badges.
Maybe we should have taken a nap at the inn first before we did this, but oh well, here we are.
And Luna, they're clean. They're fine. They're just obviously like, these are the used ones got thrown out by the rich people year after year. They don't use them. They
Last
get used
season's
once.
masks.
Exactly.
I'm actually gonna look for one that would look good on Bertle.
With his bomb ass hat.
Yep. This bomb
Not
ass
gonna do that
hat.
in your
and-
hat.
It's 1 gold each, and yes, you can find these
All right.
very easily.
All right, but we're gonna pretend that we didn't find what we need right away because we want to give Encino time to talk to the lady.
Yep. Headed back to Encino.
Can I
So-
jump in really, really, really quick?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, because this is just going to add a spin of comedy to it. Luna is actually going to, because I'm assuming it's a pretty decent sized box.
It's
So-
huge. Like,
yeah, Luna is
argu-
basically going to jump in there and then just like, she'll look at a mask and then just toss it, look at another mask, toss it. You know, just
I expected
basically
her to,
looking
like,
at masks
through
and
the
tossing
back.
them randomly.
Oh, also, at some point in the conversation, I'll kind of see if the shopkeep knows of a good place to like spend the night, just for a conversation.
okay, I will get back to you. Encino.
Yes.
She, the woman in front of you is very disheveled. It is obvious that she's been doing this all year. And
Paladins don't get cantrips.
huh?
Like paladins don't get cantrips.
And she goes, well, he's a half elf just like me. And she describes him exactly to you.
What did he do to earn this invitation?
It's effectively a lottery. We don't know who's going to get chosen.
Tell me about him.
Just kind of like in order to calm her down, he's like,
Yeah.
what's he like?
She-
Just trying to get her to just chill.
She does a little bit with it. But it's obviously that she is heartbroken
Mhm.
over losing her brother.
He kind of like guides her off to the side. They find like a bench or a couple of boxes to sit on.
Yeah.
While they're talking, Curry kind of like pops up out from Encino's horns and comes down his arm and like curls up on this woman's lap, just trying to like give her something to think about other than her brother.
Yeah, she starts to pet him, or pet Curry, and she just says, I know they did something to him. He would have come home.
Encino's he's studying her in a way that it's off-putting at first, but
A long time ago, there was a ritual for heroes about to take their last stand.
and I've forgotten Encino's voice all of a sudden. I'm sorry. It's kind of all over the place right now. And he's like, it wasn't meant for this. We are either going to rescue your brother or avenge him. You have my word.
What do you all call yourselves? I might be able to talk to somebody, get your names out, that you're actually helping us.
We are the heroes of Puerto Rico.
Thank you. And she stands up, takes Curry almost like a cat. The double hand when they're curled up, and gives her back to you. I'm gonna see if anyone else in town knows anything. Thank you.
Be
And she's-
discreet. Be discreet. Power does not like to be challenged.
Okay. And she runs off. Boulder, you said that you were talking to the shop owner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the shop owner sits back behind the counter of his store, puts his feet up, and it's just, what do you want to know?
We're new to town. Travelers, more like. Do you have any suggestions of yourself and where we might find somewhere to sleep?
How much you got?
Well, it tells me that there are options, aren't there?
Of course. It's Raska. What are you looking for?
Somewhere with a door, preferably.
I mean, you have Adventurer's Alley. It's, for adventurers like yourself.
Do you have any, opinions of those of Adventuring Alley?
You're adventurers, right?
I mean, let's just
i.e.,
go along that assumption.
you can take care of yourselves.
Okay. Works for me. So I'm also assuming people go there with different issues that they have.
If you want anything, Adventurer Alley. If you want something a little more quiet-like, if you get my drift, go down to the docks after nightfall.
All right. I may just take you up on your advice.
Say that one more time.
I may just take you up on that advice.
Of course, there's places in Dealer's Green and the Keep, but most of the time adventurers can't pay there. How
It
did
works for me. Assuming Keep is, restricted anyway.
it's where all the fancy people live. And he kind of leans into you. That's where the casino is. You want to get real fancy, go there.
Well, I prefer not to go broke.
Just no. They like their... And he's saying this very much not to scare you, but very much it's not a warning. Exactly. It's almost a threat. They like their clientele warm-blooded. He is talking about the Blood Bank Casino.
Zero idea what that might mean. A very, very unusual remark, but interesting nonetheless.
He's not...
Badges knows.
Okay.
Badges is like, thank you for the warning.
Smart man. Find anything you like over there?
Yeah, actually, I found this really kind of slightly battered but sort of bejeweled alligator mask. Looks like it would fit over Bertle's face to go well with his pimp hat. The jeweled gator face and pimp hat.
And personally, I found one that almost looks like a hamster. Not really sure who might have been wearing this, but I have use for it.
And Luna, did you find anything?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm just digging through still.
Yeah, he looks at you guys.
Oh, never
2
mind. I
gold.
did. I must have found something.
You I gave you guys the hairbrush already, right?
Yes.
Yes, Luna has it.
And the mask of armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Pick any animal you like.
Tiger.
Then you found a tiger mask.
Cool.
Hamster, croc, and tiger. I think I just spelled tiger.
Well, it's a tiger mask now.
Yep. Sorry.
T-I double gur.
Yeah, I double got
As you all are leaving, he just says, just watch out for Granny Smith and her gang. They've been, causing some problems in the area.
An apple causes problems.
I nod on the way out.
Yeah. Badges is gonna nod and be like, yeah, man, old ladies can be creatively vicious.
Okay.
And he just waves you guys out.
So we'll step out.
And Sino
Everything-
hears the back end of that.
But Nan is such a wonderful lady.
Oh, I have no idea or no doubt that Nan could totally wreck some stuff if Nan needed to. But she's kind of the good side of the coin, as opposed to the bitter, nasty, hateful old women who can really just ruin your day, especially if you're a server at Olive Garden. There's a restaurant that I heard about here in this city.
The Garden of Trees. Olive? Okay.
So I
Oh,
guess
wait,
Well, why not? We got an apple.
Wouldn't it be an
There's olives
arbory?
too.
You're thinking too much into it, and I'm a little worried about that.
No, don't worry about it. The thought
I'm
is gone.
hungry.
There we go.
And Luna,
Hungry. Are we trying to find somewhere to sleep? This like the docks or Adventurers
Yeah,
Alley?
He told you about Adventurers Alley.
they probably have food. It may not be, cuisine up to my standards, but they have food. If they're an inn, they usually do. Food and
Yeah.
terrible alcohol, cheap, high alcohol content drinks for them adventuring types.
No, no,
yeah.
that's that for me.
Please nobody get drunk. Things apparently
Dwarven breakfast, as they call it.
yeah.
Welcome back, Encino.
Welcome back, Encino. Did you calm down the overwrought woman?
We did our best.
I know you did, buddy. I know you did. All right, so let's go get the room and some food, kind of get settled in, and then I'm gonna be Batman.
As we go, it's like,
We may have another reason to upset this banquet. This guy sounds like a real prick.
You didn't see the statue?
We probably shouldn't, since we don't know who might be listening, we probably shouldn't be too disparaging in the open.
I mean, yeah, no, the guard definitely is out the door, does the job. I mean, yeah, he gave you a little bit of trouble with, the cryo dragon.
No, I'm more talking about the kind of people who will snitch for a few coins to the guard about somebody talking unflatteringly about people in power.
I will tell you guys that in Runnel, or this area, you don't see the guards.
Okay.
Like, ever.
But I mean, people may still run to the guard for some coin.
Yeah. So if we're going to talk that sort of talk, we need to do so probably only within the confines of wherever we'll be staying after we've carefully ascertained that the walls aren't too thin or anything like that. But first, we need to go get the room. So, hi ho, it's
Off to an alley we go.
yep.
Okay. Doesn't take long to get here. Because it doesn't. Adventure Alley. It is. It's a smaller. Not. I don't know how to explain this. It's not small. It's just narrow.
Mm.
The streets here are almost being loomed over by the buildings of effectively like hostels.
Mm.
Very
And-
cyberpunkian in width.
Shush. um and pretty much at the bottom of every boarding house that you see is a tavern of some type. So there are plenty places like to get rooms. There's plenty of places to eat. And they are all pretty much the same.
So none of them stands out as being even like a half step in quality above the others.
No.
They're all the same. I'd probably
Uh,
look to see what the closest one is to like the waterfront.
Yep.
One has bigger beds, but it also has bigger rats.
Rats
The
don't
other-
bother badges.
That's true.
The other aspect here is you see quite a few. They are calling themselves adventurers,
Are they really just thugs?
not mercs,
Uh,
thugs,
Bugs with a license.
people who
Hmm.
were adventurers at one point, but for one reason or another couldn't do it.
Oh, so they're survivors of the profession.
well, survivors are quitters.
Well, it's a nice way of putting it.
This city does not trust or does not serve its hunters.
Most
Nope.
cities don't. Unless you're actually doing the job, you're just dead weight. I have a feeling most of these folks take like caravan guard jobs and the kind of low risk, low pay jobs where looking at least a little dangerous can get you pretty far, but you generally don't face any real danger.
What, you're not going to be attacked by a robotic dinosaur? What? What fun
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah, I know. Some people just they
Or an
lack a
NPC.
certain joie de vivre.
Here he goes speaking Elvish again.
Yeah, you know, I know like 5 words and I just keep using them.
Most of them are involved cooking.
Yeah, yep.
So, yeah, you guys find a place relatively quickly.
Badges just wants the place that smells the best out of all of them, or at least smells the least worst.
They all smell like old, cheap alcohol.
Stale beer and farts.
Yeah.
With some cigarette in there too.
I have cantrips. I can deal with this.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I really don't like
I
that.
told
but
you.
it's all right.
I have one or two. I don't have a middle ground ever.
I'm taking off middle ground.
As you walk in, there's a guy, eye patch. He's older. He's wearing a very large overcoat. And he kind of walks up to you guys. So you're adventurers, right? You want a treasure map? I got treasure maps.
I mean, we like a room first.
We have a source.
See, you went about it all wrong. You said maps. The way to do it is you approach them very shiftily. You know, make sure you don't look like you don't want anybody overhearing and tell them they've got one map. one singular map. It seems far less suspicious than I have multiple treasure maps, yet I'm here trying to shill treasure maps to new adventurers. You've really gotta dial in on that.
He shrugs and walks away.
Badges, why did you show me you had a map?
Nobody needs to know about our maps. I was telling him how better to sell his maps, and some people just aren't grateful. I mean, that is quality con advice right there. And he
I
just
mean, I
shook his
literally
head and
fall for
walked
it. I don't know what you
away.
want from me.
It... So let's.
I rolled because I was like, are they gonna get approached by one of these people?
Of course, we're gonna get approached. We're new, and we probably look like we actually have at least a little money.
I look insane with a pot on my back. Of course, somebody's gonna go, I can con him.
Okay, that is fair. We do have a dwarf with a giant pot on his back. We've got a giant half badger with a half badger, half elf with a giant badger turtle. We have a husky girl, and we have a dragon born that looks kind of undead.
I think Luna looks the most normal of the four of us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Encino's
that's
loaded.
hilarious to me.
Encino's loaded.
I have a warhammer that looks like it was in like acid for a week. The thing's like falling apart, but is together somehow.
Encino's maul is a piece of petrified wood with some four-claimer gears stuck on the end as weights. He just thinks they're rocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, you guys get rooms. You guys get food.
How much do these rooms cost? Or not enough to worry about?
Not enough to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Because
Poppers for poppers.
So they don't have like a presidential suite or anything? Is that
no.
They have a
Honestly.
residential suite.
Ayo.
Yeah, well, Badges will then use some cantrips to spruce up the rooms as best he can. How's the food look? Are we talking slop, like foul gray ooze covering what is probably supposed
On a
to
scale
be
of
bread?
1 to England, how bad is the food?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, ow.
Are we talking slumpy and spotted
No,
dick
it's-
and
my brain for some reason goes to like cheap theme park food.
Okay.
So it's edible.
Greasy and
Wait.
full of carbs.
Nothing's cheap at theme parks. I don't know what you're talking about.
well, nothing's cheap at theme parks now.
Now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We're talking like 10, 20 years ago theme parks.
You'd get a
Revealing
you get
my
a,
age here.
a leg of meat and it's like 90% gristle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Badges is actually going to go down and ask if he can make something with his own ingredients in the kitchen. He'll even use some of his cantrips and stuff to clean up and make it a little nicer in here. But for all that they're trying to go incognito, there are certain levels to which Badges will not fall. And eating what appears to be a corn dog that's probably made out of rat meat and particle board is just not that level.
So
Squirrels and sawdust.
Right.
the chef or the cook that you meet is a pig folk. And let's see if I can actually do this voice, because the first time I did it, it failed.
You're telling me
Yes.
that you want to use my kitchen to cook your food?
Yes. I'll even bribe you.
I can't deal with these idiots. Go ahead.
All right.
In my head, Badges is on one side of the diner or the wall, and you just hear the chef, the cook, from the other side.
Yeah.
Like you don't actually see him. Nobody sees him. Badges knows because he actually looked, but like all you hear is just the voice off camera.
Like
Yeah.
it was either he gives it, lets Badges do what he want, or we're Shokugekiing.
Oh,
I have no idea what that means.
Food
wars.
I
whoever
haven't
makes better
seen
food
that.
wins the kitchen.
Yep.
The other one gets thrown in the docks.
Yeah. The cook comes out, takes his apron off, throws it down, just so angry.
Well, make better food then. There are certain things that can be forgiven, and this is not one of them. I don't have a cooking role though, despite the fact that I have wilderness cook.
Give me
and-
sleight of hand. That makes the
It's
most sense in my head.
technically survival
Oh yeah, survival.
Yeah.
I got
Yep.
this.
with the and it's like
You get advantage. 'cause
I'm
you-
using a
if you have acquired
reroll.
tools. Okay.
That's the worst. There we
That's
go. And I do get advantage, so 25.
Okay.
Sorry to soak up a reroll, but there's no way
bad.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
good.
in a
You're fine.
You're
subpar.
good.
I need to curse more, y'all. Or I need to get more get caught more because you have 2 quacks
That's-
left.
Not ideal, but you know we'll work with it.
And somehow I have 14.
Well,
You know,
to
there's
be
there's
fair, you
4
have
of us.
4 to 5 different people who can screw up.
And
Yeah.
2 of us swear like sailors on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I often have had an edible before we stream, so
We're
Uh,
mildly impaired sometimes when it comes to this count.
my wife would probably say I'm mildly impaired at most times, but that's fair. So, Badges makes culinary magic here using ingredients that he gathered himself from the wilds. He makes a feast.
Okay.
And he's even willing to share some with the cook and other people. He makes sure his people are fed first, but there's plenty, so he's willing to share it out to other boarders or whoever because it's probably the best smelling thing in about a quarter-mile radius.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Okay. So, the other. You effectively open a business
Whoops.
because
So much for
now
having to so much for a scouting mission.
Because-
You open a kitchen.
everyone on Adventurers Alley can smell this, and it smells so much better than the other food that is in any other tavern that they're all just coming here now.
Awesome.
What's your cut, Badges? What's your cut?
Yep. Yep.
You have to
Welcome
cook
to
now.
McBadges. Over 10,000 served.
Okay.
Would you like a Badges burger? Badges fries.
Is that like animal fries?
They're like silver dollars.
Yes, but
them
actually
too.
real animals. That's
Oh, in the animal shape,
like-
right? Right?
no. That's like chicken fries.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think this one was a dire turkey. I can't remember. Either way, yeah, he'll spend part of the evening just passing out. He's serving food, taking money if people want to throw money in. He's probably actually making a profit. He's not actually really worried about getting any of the drinking money that's probably also pouring in
Oh yeah.
at this point.
This place
This-
is getting full fast.
At least we got rooms for it filled up.
Yep.
Encino actually kind of goes off and does his own thing for a bit.
Okay.
He starts by cooking something sort of off in the corner. He sets his own fire, uses his own pot, ingredients, whatever. And he makes this really thick, really like looks like they took the entire garden and put a little bit in it, kind of stew.
hmm
And he takes that back to Birdie's.
Okay.
And he knocks on the door.
hmm
And when she comes out, he's like,
I apologize for earlier.
Oh. Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure that you were safe. This town is familiar somehow.
It's living in the keep, it does help. We have the most safety here.
The place, it reminds me. We used to always care for the others. I take care of my neighbors.
And then he hands her the pot.
She takes it very confused, but at the same time she's like, thank you. I do appreciate this quite a bit. I believe that your clothes and mask are ready if you'd like to take them. And she comes out with 4 bags.
Yeah. Encino takes them and with a rather stately bow.
May sunnier days be ahead.
Thank you. Just, it would be nice if you all survived.
It's hard to see a dragonborn whose face is mostly bone smile, but he does. And then, big smile, another bow.
Sunnier days indeed.
And heads back.
Yeah.
Sunny days, chasing the clouds away.
So, is there anything else anyone else does before we go for the night?
What I'm gonna do, if there's like a moment, because I know badges, they do a badges things. Luna, I'm just under the assumption Luna is either causing trouble or is relatively safe.
There's no in between.
But I'm just gonna take a look at the bottom because I remember seeing like some kind of red something at the bottom of the pot after the pebble thing about like 5 days ago now. It hasn't really been a good time till now to take a look at it.
Okay.
It also could have literally just been hallucinating while like drunk high. I have also zero idea if it might have been a hallucination.
It might have been a hallucination because I don't have a pebble in your notes.
You don't have my familiar in your notes?
No, oh, that's right.
There we go.
I know what you remember talking about, yes.
Okay.
Brain totally forgot. Yes. So as you go to look at it, you almost can feel more of a connection to Pebble. Like your connection to Pebble has gotten stronger.
Okay.
You test to see what it does.
If I'm going to test to see what it does, it's going to be like closer to midnight when I figure most people are sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And it can just be like a town terror that nobody talks about the next day. Then like mid-afternoon, early evening. It's a little too populated to find out what it does just yet.
Okay. But you can tell that it brings you closer to Pebble.
I guess. Does it seem like it's going to be like a lot going on? Or does it seem like it's just like a more minor change?
It's going to be a lot going on.
Okay, so midnight's probably a better time.
Yep. And Luna.
Yes.
Is there anything that you were doing?
She's probably going to look to see if she can find some armor that she can wear. But I think that's about it.
Yeah, there are so many shops here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping in the Runnel, or are you going to go to one of the nicer areas to look?
She's going to go to the nicer area, knowing that Badges is probably going to stay put at the inn. She can sniff her way back that way.
So to find something like that, you would want to go to the Merchant's Grind and Dealer's Green.
Okay. Which is where she will go.
Here it is warehouses, counting houses, custom houses, and shops.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you go to strike a deal. Let me see what that was.
13.
Yeah. Note, stop hiding. Oh, yeah, no. So, what are you looking for exactly? Because you can find a merchant that will sell you it.
That is a good question. Because I was looking, and one of the ones I found actually was very expensive and very hard to find, apparently. Which
And
was the Elven chain, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so.
That's a magical item, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a different store. And their prices are very pricey, you get told.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to go there instead? Or did you just want to buy like basic gear?
Yeah, let's see if we can find something that'll buff her AC is basically what I'm looking for. Because her AC is really, really stupid low.
Okay.
At 13. I don't want her to be that much of a standout for, okay, well, let's hit the weaker one. Just because she's a wizard. I mean, a sorcerer. Wizard's another guy. Come on, Miyoshi.
Does she have like at least light armor proficiency?
Actually, wizards don't have armor proficiency at all. That's the problem.
Then it's
Oh.
gonna screw with your spell casting if you wear the armor.
I thought you were. Are you sorcerer or wizard?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer should have armor proficiency.
I need to relook it.
Oh, you don't have armor proficiency. Weird. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I mean, the best you could do is like a ring of protection.
Yeah, and that's still at the Objectif. I can't say it. It's French.
Objet
Yasmin's
d'art.
Huh?
Objet d'art. It's French.
Objet
Or
de
Elven.
Arcane, I guess. Yeah, it's Elven.
Yeah, and then the one I was looking at, which I don't know why I keep bloody closing it.
It's okay. It is one of those type of nights. I get it.
Yeah, I know.
Viable but stupid. That's a plan, but that's a terrible plan. That would only cause issues.
If it's a dumb plan, then it's a good one.
No, having a young dragon in the middle of a river during the party is a terrible idea that cannot end well.
So Luna, are you gonna go to the other place or no? Because anytime that you ask about a magic item, they all are just like they point to the same place.
Yeah, she'll go to that place then.
Yeah. The shop you're
Yes.
going to is Yasmin's. I know it means arcane objects. I'm gonna just say it that way because I don't want to butcher the French.
Yasmina's
Oh, I'm
spells and
sorry.
stuff.
I found it. I found the one I was looking for. I apologize. It's the robe of the Archmagi.
Isn't that like a legendary item? Remember that right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those very rare items. Yeah, it's
If-
legendary, so it'll most likely be in the closet of a high-level sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. So, I'm going to assume Mr. Wizardly has this particular thing, and Luna's just gonna not be able to get a hold of it.
Probably yes. Mr. Wizardly probably does have it.
But the Ring of Protection, it's a rare item, might not be able to be found. But
Roll me. I don't know what to roll. I guess investigation again. As you enter Yasmina's to look.
I think there's a version. Remind me if I'm wrong. There's just a version of a ring that just adds 1 to AC. It doesn't do anything to like saving throws.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't think it's a ring. I think it's a brooch of shielding.
But that's if you get targeted by magic missile, it fails.
Yeah.
That's like the main thing it does.
You better just load up on a bunch of shield spells and react. No. No.
Yeah, the brooch
But
of
also,
shielding.
but also remember that with Luna, wild magic. So if she tries to shield up, it could end up exploding.
I mean, it's aggressive defense, but
It's defense. Sometimes defense turns into offense. It happens.
It's a shield made of claymores pointing outwards.
No, that's the circlet of fireball.
So the Yasmina sits behind the counter, watches you looking. What are you looking for?
book of protection.
I'm a sorcerer, so I'm looking maybe for some more extra protection. I don't want to get hurt.
What kind of protection? I have many.
Well, maybe make it so that it's harder to hit me. I'm squishy.
Let me look at this. What? I just got kicked.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah.
Give me a
Quote-unquote-
second while I panic in the corner.
Oh,
quote unquote magic armor, or like what, masterwork, I think was the old term for non-magic magic armor.
Yeah, but we can't actually give Luna any sort of actual armor, but like a cloak of protection or ring of protection or something would be expensive, but that's the best we can really do for Luna without risking the spells becoming even more unreliable.
Yeah.
Because then there's a chance it doesn't work, a chance it blows up, a chance that it swaps arms with your opponent, and then a chance that it actually does the thing.
She looks around and she goes, I have a cloak of protection. Do you want that?
That she thinks a moment. That might work. I mean, it will make me at least a little less squishy.
We. I also have. While I'm trying to look, apparently I opened too many character sheets.
that's a thing. Oh no.
That's a thing?
I guess so.
Oh no.
Was it 31 or 64 or 63? Which one was how far did you get?
I will neither confirm nor deny your allegations at this time.
It was me trying to figure out which kind of structure they used to hold their
I had so many up, guys.
it was probably 31, and he hit 32 and was like, oh, that's in a buffer overflow. Bye.
Yep. I don't even think you see Sarah having 64 or 63 character sheets open. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I was in the 30s.
okay. Yep.
somewhere.
Okay.
And yes, that is the characters that you could have fought.
That doesn't surprise me.
All right.
So she puts that out. She puts out another, if I can find one. Anything in protection would be nice, but no.
Oh, that's a fun one. What are you? Oh, expensive. Oh my gosh.
I have a ring of evasion. If you want that, it's more pricey, but
She stops to think a moment.
I also have a scarab, but you don't look like the type to have that type of money.
I'm liking the cloak more.
You will have to, get to know it.
Yeah, I understand.
And she kind of looks you up and down. 45 gold.
She will hand it over.
And she gives you the cloak of protection back. I'm panicked now, y'all, because I have to pull those all back up. It's gonna take some time.
It's okay.
You know, you could just wait and see what we might end up actually like. Find out what we do end up fighting, if anything, then just pull that up instead.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it would take a little less time than opening them all and risk crashing yourself out again.
Possibly, true. Okay.
But if we want to play spin the wheel of Stack Overflow,
I was gonna say spin the wheel of Thursdays.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
Hey.
What Curse decided to take us out today. But yeah, if that is it, you all go back to rest.
Except for Badges. Badges is going to be Bat Badges.
Oh no, Badges is going to
To
see whatever in the world
reconnaissance.
happens.
Okay, that's right.
Oh no.
Yep, he's going to, like, when it gets late and quiet and he's kind of settled down on passing out food and stuff, he's going to be like, all right, folks, glad you enjoyed my food. And he really is. He's really happy. This is Badges in his happy place, feeding people who are all really enjoying it and showing up a greasy line cook just because he can.
And actually smiling.
Yep, he's actually smiling, and not the smile that says "I'm actually going to lunge at your jugular," but like an actual happy smile, you know.
Yay! I actually got Badges to smile.
And then he's gonna go up to his room. He's cleaned out, aired out room. He's gonna close the door. He's gonna be like, "Bertle, just settle in here. Make sure nobody breaks in and steals my stuff." He's gonna strip out of unnecessary gear, lean out the window a little bit, try to make sure nobody's seeing him, and then
Roll me stealth. Let's see how well Badges actually does.
I have Boots of Elvenkind, if that helps.
You have what?
Boots of Elvenkind? You gave me Boots of Elvenkind.
Yes.
Back in
You're
there,
a
so.
bat.
Well, this is like he's not really worried about stealth for anything except maybe being seen or noticed while he's like climbing out a window. And he's not even really climbing so much as opening it, turning into a bat, and flying out the window.
Okay.
Because that's the order to do it in.
So that's why.
Yeah, then I realized I don't gotta be.
Out, then...
Yeah, exactly.
Open the window, climb out, then turn into a bat.
That was drunk Badge's logic, but he's not drunk now, so we went the other way, where if the window's open, that just means Badge's area Bertle might get a snack. And so he's like, "Oh, the window's open. I'm totally gonna get in there." And then you're crunching and screaming and find one boot in the morning, lightly gnawed on.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through my head is him sitting next to the lantern eating moths as they come close.
Oh.
That's cute.
Just
Aww.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, then he's gonna turn into a bat and fly out and just go carefully scope
Where are
things
you
out.
looking?
Along the river where we were first directed.
Okay. So
like here and here sort of space.
Yep.
So as you go flying, that sounded so wrong. Not the type of going flying.
We call this move the badges pulled. It's kind of like the fastball special, but
Yep. Yep.
Birtle just winds up and throws you.
Yep.
Yeet. So as you are flying around, you do find an entrance under the keep. How far do you explore?
not too deep. He's just trying to get a sense of, is there like an obvious regular guardian presence here? Like, are guards kind of hiding behind the grates, or do they patrol through here? Is there any vantage points they seem to watch this area from?
Not really. This place is very hidden.
Mm.
But as you fly to it, and I'll give you this because you're a bat, and bats see very well at night in the dark. You see that after 50 feet into this, it narrows to 5 feet high and 5 feet wide.
Ooh. That's not going to be comfortable.
And there is the tunnel's flooded with murky water.
So effectively, we have like 2 feet above the water to use.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know if that's going to be a go.
Wild shape into a trout.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with that, but our 7-foot tall bone mountain is going to have some other difficulties. And then there's our, 4-foot tall dwarven friend who's going to have to have snorkel or something. Luna can just dog paddle. We're fine there, but
You don't know what your 4-foot tall dwarven friend can do.
no, I really don't, because
That
mostly
is
he just collects and throws stones and sometimes sets towns on fire. I know it was you, Boulder.
Boulder Dash.
Boulder dash.
I also did that too. But so, all right. So once we've got that scoped out, not looking at the sewers,
Okay.
not going down there in any way, shape, or form, but we will flit up above and kind of see if we can tour the keep a little bit, or at least get a good aerial thing of view. And if I need to, I'll change into an owl. I don't need many more wild shapes, so I can actually see better instead of echolocation.
Okay. What? Where are my notes? How did I lose my notes again? There we go.
Do you keep your notes as a character sheet?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's a Google Doc.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
So when looking at the keep, you can tell that there are 2 parts of it, an older part and a newer part. From where the Baron, after taking over from Royland Rascom, he built up the keep's defenses. It's very obvious that the only way in is through that party. There is not a real way to get in from here.
How tall are the walls?
So you have the old walls, which were like regular sized mansion fancy people walls. And then you have a good like 5 to 6 more feet of added military walls on top.
And how thick about roughly do the walls seem to be?
They change. Old part is a little bit thinner, but the new part's much thicker.
Are we talking like 5 feet versus 10 feet?
Like
10
5 feet versus no. More like 4 and then 10.
Okay. So a couple of stone shapes.
Yeah.
Would do it. All right. So
the other thing you see all over are banners embroidered with the Baron's face.
I'm gonna poop on one. But
So,
besides following that, yeah, we're gonna say, all right, so the only real way in is either through the little tunnel of claustrophobia, which could also be a way out. The only other way, like obvious way in or out, other than the sewers, which we're just no. No. Is the front gate. Although, once again, a couple stone shapes could get us through a handy wall if we have a little bit of time.
yeah, the
Or
problem
maybe
is
an explosion, but one thing at a time.
the problem is if you were to, you get the very distinct feeling that if you were to do that, guards would be descended upon you in instance.
I would only be doing that as a way out.
Okay.
Which we probably already kind of pissed off the guards, and it's just like, all right, hold them off for a minute. Sort of thing. So, yeah, okay. So, reconnaissance
So I missed the
done.
planning part.
This is just Badges muttering to himself in owlese while he's, which he'll share with the party in the next morning. He'll get back, grab some sleep, go downstairs, fight Pigsley or Pugsley or whatever his name is for the kitchen and make some breakfast.
Sure. Okay.
Right.
He does have an actual name. I will have to go find it because he is from another campaign.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, okay, fine. I heard he has a name. Fine. If he didn't have a name, it'd be a different story.
He has a name. He's from Deviant Futures.
Oh,
what do we
okay.
call him then? Oh, jeez.
Well, the Badges, he's Pugsley's now. Until he proves that he wants to improve his craft and actually wants to be a real chef. That's Pugsley. You can tell him his name 1,000 times. Nope. Pugsley. But for now, we'll make some breakfast fry bread. Get a couple other tasty things going. Then kind of gather everybody in one of the rooms, assuming we can all fit in one of the rooms.
You would be better down in the tavern talking.
Yeah, but we loose lips and loose ears.
Very true, but the rooms are very small, especially with Encina. They're like
And
closet
Burl.
sizes.
Is there?
Oh, so like Japanese size. Gotcha. If you know
I
the
was
things
going
I'm
to say
talking about,
college
right?
dorm.
Oh, I mean that's bigger than I'm thinking of. Thinking like the thing. It's like the only place you have is to sleep, and that's it.
Yes.
6x8.
Yeah. Also, what happened last night with Pebble and Boulder?
Oh, did
Oh
you?
yeah. Whoops.
Oh,
Yeah, I said I was doing that.
Yep.
The night that Badges was doing scouting.
yeah, backing up. So where do you do this?
If I saw the ring, it's probably the most logical place that's like open. I don't have to go like an hour out of town.
Mm-hmm.
If the ring seems unoccupied, I will do things there.
Okay. Yeah, there are no events going on right now.
Okay.
So there are a couple of So the ring, for the audience, because I did not explain this, is the If I can get this out, it'll be a miracle. The Worldwide Wizard Wrestling League.
The Worldwide Wizard Wrestling League.
That's the
Oh,
perfect
boy.
place to do this.
So there are a couple of wrestlers like practicing,
Mhm.
but nothing much else.
Okay. So that if they aren't doing anything in like as close to the center as they can of the ring, I'm just gonna set the pot down. Look at Pebble. Make Pebble grow over the course of probably like a minute, or I think it takes about a minute for him to grow to full size.
Mm-hmm.
And then go take out the red glowy thing.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what to do with it at this point.
This is effectively, I want to kind of call it like your tie to Pebble.
Oh, gotcha.
This is what your patron has given you as a gift, so that Pebble can grow in size whenever they need to.
Oh, gotcha.
So Pebble can do all the fun things as, what did you name this new version?
This version I believe was called Boulder, and the name just kind of stuck from there.
Okay.
Not Boulder, sorry, Rocky.
Okay.
There we are.
So Rocky.
He is Rocky. Yes, Rocky is the dragon.
Now the
I am
size
Boulder.
of a young dragon.
Yeah. A young late crystalline dragon, so it's more clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can Rocky kind of offers to give you a ride back.
I mean, we can't exactly go back to the tavern right now, but we could take a look around high and see if anything stands out.
Still offers for a ride. And you get the in your head you hear, "I'm trying to be nice, please. I'm not sure how to do this. I'm not Bertle."
Okay. I will get on, hold on, and we'll see how it goes.
Roll me animal handling.
What do we have? Perfect. This is a disadvantage because this is exactly what we need. But they're not the only ones that are going to be rolling for this one, and you know it. You know Pebble's rolling something as well.
Yes. Pebble needs to roll dexterity.
Oh, you have great times.
This is
And
not
what I'm going to
mean
throw in there, just for fun,
Yep.
and to see what happens, is once per short rest, I can make an ability check or saving throw in order to add a feature, which is just like adding a D10 as part of like the pack magic thing.
Yep.
And I'm just going to throw the D10 in there, and I will let you figure out what happens with it.
Okay, let's go. Nat 10, yes. So at first it is rocky for both of you. Neither of you are sure. If I'm gonna make this joke, I am. It is basically How to Train Your Dragons for the first 5 minutes of you trying to ride Rocky, of just awkwardness and like, I don't know if this is working. Am I sitting in the right place? And then you guys, the telepathic link finally hits. And you both can work together seamlessly. It is almost as if you are moving your own legs. It is that easy.
And the guard don't seem entirely pissed off at us.
You're in the runnel. No, there are no guards.
Okay. The wizards
Good
are
offer.
annoyed, but you know what? There's a young
What?
dragon involved. They're not stupid.
What you see, because as you go around the runnel, and I'm going to do this. Perfect. You run into some what shouldn't I shouldn't look at Discord. I just shouldn't look at Discord right now. you run into what can only be described, y'all, as a gang of grandmas walking around with whips and chains and baseball bats filled with what is it called? Nails.
And they're all snapping their fingers in unison.
West Side Story style.
No, they're just walking and like it's very obvious that they're patrolling.
Okay, so this idea or this part of town is protected by the Granny Smith gang.
Actually
And this
called
do
the
be-
Good Apples.
I'm sorry, the Good Apple Granny Smith gang.
And one of them looks at you. You see her hit another one, and
Crusher? Crusher? Am I seeing a dragon in front of me?
Crusher looks
No.
over. Huh?
No.
Crusher just looks back.
I think that is. What's a dragon doing in this part of town?
There's a part of town that's supposed to have dragons.
They are old. I'm
I
just
mean-
saying.
I mean, they were here when dragons roamed the town. And now that bearing went away.
I hate you all so much right now. I cannot look at Discord. It just broke me.
I love it. Anyway, so there's a young dragon, Boulder, and a gang of grandmas.
Yep. And they're like trying to like adjust their glasses to figure out what they're seeing. I'm closing Discord now, y'all. Stop!
Nope, you need one. There's one more thing that had to come through that you need to see.
It's already gone. It is gone.
Open it. Hey Siri, open Discord.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I guess-
Stop. Hey Siri, stop.
I'm not. I'm not sure what the problem is here for me.
You've basically been approached by a gang of ruffians that are all grandmas. They're
Okay.
patrolling because
Okay.
they're just like they're very confused on what do we do with this? We need to go tell Granny Smith.
Okay. If I can give you a solid like point of advice what to do,
Yeah.
turn around and you saw nothing.
Are you trying to intimidate?
No, I'm trying to persuade them.
Roll persuasion.
On the back of a dragon, can I possibly get advantage?
With
to roll
advantage.
persuasion. Okay.
This is not the dragon you want to be looking for.
Okay, for a dirty 20, I'm trying to convince these grandmas you don't want to have anything involving a report with a dragon in the southern area. Like, whatever your patrol route is, nothing happened. There was no dragon.
And the one who hit Crusher,
We saw nothing. Let's move along, everyone.
and they just walk past as like slowly as they do.
Yep.
Granny's on loose.
We're done with our ride. Very, very fun. And definitely an option if we need to get out quickly. Because you know as well as I do, this ball is not going to go well.
Which we might end up having to do next time.
You knew we were going to probably have to do this next time.
I honestly thought you guys would go straight for the ball.
No, we have to like figure out, make sure we're not going to die when we go to this ball, or at least have a better chance of not dying.
We haven't had.
He
a
never
chance
goes
to-
straight for the balls. Never go straight for the balls.
Oh, no,
Anywho.
you gotta finish preparing first.
Which
and
totally
everything
makes sense
else.
what I was about to say, because you always got to give us a chance to dicker around for a bit.
Very true.
So, Pebble,
Yep,
you may
I
want to
had
get
to
a
go
little bit
check out
smaller.
the shaft. And now we know the shaft isn't quite as large as we'd hoped it would be, and so now we'll
Happens more
probably have
often
to
than you
go for
think.
the ball. It's
Okay. So I head back, and I'm assuming that the encounter with the grannies is resolved, and I head back to my room.
Yes.
Okay.
It is resolved.
It is resolved, and I don't know if they're traumatized or if they're just like, nope, just no.
Yeah, it's just a nope, nope,
There we
no,
go.
nope.
That's the appropriate response to a young dragon in the middle of town. That there's no dragons anywhere nearby.
Just yeah. You might
There's no
be.
dragons in the middle of town. Exactly.
There are no dragons in Rascom.
There you go.
Yep.
No, that's what the ball's for.
So do you guys want one more day to plan? Or do you want to go to the ball?
probably one more day to plan.
Okay. We'll do one more day of planning. And then next time, the ball.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
what is your plan for today? Where are you looking? What are you doing?
So Badges is going to try and gather everybody somewhere they can talk as safely as possible. He'll ask around if there's a place he can just, even rent a large enough, like a meeting room or something, where they're not likely to be listened in on.
Speaking of, Encino's going to look for Ohio Jack.
Ohio Jack, unfortunately, was staying with Tex in the keep.
Oh, in the key.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't want Jack running away. Nice.
He's not wrong to worry about it. All right, so if we get the room and it becomes clear we can't get to Ohio Jack, it'll just sit everybody down and be like, all right, so here's what I found. That aqueduct or whatever at the base of the keep or just slightly under the keep shrinks down to about a 5x5, like 5 feet around tube, about 50 feet in, and it's about half filled, maybe more than slightly half filled with water. So that's not a great way to get in if we don't, unless we have no other choices. There's no telling.
Time.
Yep. Other than that, and like I said, I'm not looking at, not touching, not thinking about the sewers. It's just not happening. Once again, unless we have zero other options, and at that point, my wrath. Oh, such wrath. That aside, the only other way in is obviously through the front gate. The walls, there are two different sort of layers of walls. The old keep walls and then the new keep walls. Kind of detail the heights and sort of the width and everything. So we can stone shape our way out if we need to. We should definitely not try to stone shape our way in unless there is a massive distraction on the other side of the keep.
What's
That takes-
stone shape?
Hmm?
What is stone shape?
Oh, it's a druid spell I can do. It lets me shape up to a 5-foot cubic space of stone. I can make a door. I can just kind of move it out, corridor, all sorts of stuff. It's really handy for making a burrow in the mountains.
Okay, dokie.
But I need to cast it a couple times to be able to actually make it all the way through the wall, and that would not be the most comfortable scramble for our big bony friend here.
No.
But if it's either that or be pinned against the wall by 40 angry guardsmen, I know which one I think we'll all pick.
Weirder. I may have a solution for the getting pinned to a wall, but let's not use that one.
What solution would you have that we don't want to use here. Besides, is it just getting stabbed and resigning ourselves to our fate? Because that's not.
I mean, for getting pebbles underwater, I can breathe underwater and make other people able to,
Okay.
but sewers definitely weren't an option.
No. The little water tunnel is not guarded as far as I can tell, but I don't know how deep it is into the castle and what's at the other end as
Okay.
of now.
Also, do have freedom of movement. So if you get pinned under something, you can get out.
Right.
I might very situational.
Yeah. I might try and go down the tunnel tonight. In a more appropriate shape. But I get this weird feeling of doom when I think about doing that. So I don't know if that's going to be the way, but it is an option.
So I'm guessing
it's just inexplicable feeling of doom there, Sarah. Totally no idea where it came from.
No, none.
None whatsoever.
But you didn't see any windows for the ballroom.
No, I couldn't. An owl swooping overhead and maybe kind of sitting on one of the crenellations is not is really not remarkable, but an owl hovering in front of a window and trying to peer in is a little something different. And the windows I could see in couldn't really see anything germane. Just big ass empty rooms or small ass rooms with the shutters closed.
I guess it was nighttime.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could try and hawk my way up there and see how it looks with windows open and such. But again, I've got to be careful. I don't want to. Druids aren't unknown in these parts, so I don't want to make it obvious that I'm out there pulling out a little tiny charcoal pencil and pad and sketching things down.
Your bird talons?
Yeah, with my bird talons. Or my wing fingers. When you're doing something like that, your wings totally, the pinions act like fingers. It doesn't really work like that. That would be great. So our options are, like I said, either try and go in through the waterway, which is questionable, or we just suck it up, go into the ball itself, kind of the way we initially planned, and just know that we have a couple different ways we can get out if things get bad. But that's kind of predicated on all of us keeping our wits about us. So, no drinking, and don't eat the berries. Keep it. If they give you one, do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep the berry, stash it, and just wild shape into Birdle or something. I know the rest of you can't really do that, but if you are whacked out on primal berry ooze or whatever the stuff does, you're a liability. You're not a help. Because it seems like with as many people are dying and vanishing, whoever's taking these berries is not keeping their faculties.
Okay. And what is our goal once we find this laboratory thing?
Encino's been quiet up to this point, and he's like,
the berries bring out what already exists. So a coward becomes a chicken, still has the mind of a coward. It is not faculty, it is logistics we may be concerned about.
Well, the goal is to get to the laboratory, find evidence, probably set it on fire. That wasn't explicitly stated, but I'm really not all that interested in leaving a lot of drugs around. And let's face it, it would be a really great cover if the entire keep got zooted out of their minds from burning drugs while we escaped.
So you want fire?
At the right point, I do want fire. Yes.
This can be arranged.
Boulder's like times fireball was the right answer.
Yep.
Scratch.
Eventually, fireball will be the right answer. You just have to keep trying. While we're
Eventually,
there,
3 will be the answer.
Yeah.
Eventually.
while we're there, of course, it sounds like Encino, that lady, wants us to see if we can find any evidence of her brother. That may not be doable, but we can try.
That fella's likely scared out of his wits.
If he's even still alive. If he's been gone for a year, and what they say have kind of, hinted at has been happening. It's
Tragedy, to be sure, but not one she was willing to realize.
yeah. So we may have to just, if we can find any evidence that, he met his end there or what happened to him, we can at least try and give her some sort of closure.
Rescue or revenge.
Yep. Exactly. Besides that, I don't have any other goals. That's just apparently what we're here to do now. Well, I mean, I do want to at some point try and get an autograph from my favorite wrestler, the Macho Mage Tandy Ravage. Oh yeah. But
sounds familiar.
Yeah. But that's just more of a would like than is a must happen.
You're muted.
You're muted. Oh, okay. You are.
May
No,
have
I
seen
told you I
last
can-
night.
No, I was like,
Don't
now that
worry.
happened. That's happening. That's happening.
Okay.
I will have you know, I had to actually, while I was on mute, I was working on saying that because I knew if I didn't actually go through it a couple times, I was gonna fumble it, and I really wanted the delivery to be.
Well, it was.
Does anybody else have goals? Something you'd like to accomplish here? Honestly, I'd really rather put the Duke or whatever into the ground than have him face nebulous charges and have there be a whole power struggle and whatever else is going on, because he's obviously willingly murdering people, both through the drugs and through these berry parties.
I want
How-
to dance.
Oh,
All right, we can make sure we
Noted.
get some dances.
how do we blow everything up without killing everybody and keep?
Well, it depends
Don't
on how.
let me use magic.
We're probably going to need your magic. Chaos, one way or the other, is a great distraction.
Next session is the ball. And
Mhm.
the little bit of planning that we probably have left when Kurt gets back. Yes. Yes, all the love to our producer tonight.
Yep,
Yes.
Thank you, Hellhounds.
So thank you so much, Hellhounds. I can't hear it, so don't worry.
Don't at me.
It's all right.
That's fine.
It's
That's
good.
fine.
It's good.
We're saying goodbye anyway. It's
Yeah.
okay. It is Thursday. It is cursed because I decided to play a game about gods.